getting light at him. The way it's supposed to. I didn't think it would.
How is he? Any pain?
No. It's cold in here, isn't it?
Rhoda, why don't you go lie down, huh? You go on duty in an hour. I'm going to get him to fix a tray for you.
He's gone.
Who?
Dr. Cortland's dead.
Well, you should have called, Rhoda. I'll go find Dr. McAllister.
His watch is still ticking.
Oh, now, come on, Rhoda. You gotta get out of here. Come on, huh? It's not good for you. It's not right for you to stay here like that.
Jenny, you're such a baby.
Hey, what happened to the IV? The valve's shut.
I turned it off.
Yeah, well, that's funny, because I put a new bottle in at 5 o'clock. Even if you shut it off, it should have...
You look frightened, Jenny.
When did you turn it off, Rhoda? It was, after he died. Wasn't it? Wow. Oh, Rhoda.
Room with the chief administrative rabbit. All I asked him for was a decision. Now, let's not be hasty, he says. Am I aware of the hospital's delicate position? I think I started the whole mess.
Is it a mess?
There's the death certificate. You see, I haven't filled it out. How can I?
From what I understand, we don't know one way or the other. She doesn't remember.
Yeah. Girl's been a nurse 10 years. Pretty good one, I hear. Now, suddenly, she can't remember if she killed a man a couple hours ago.
Killed is a pretty strong word, isn't it, under the circumstances?
What would you call it, Dr. Kyle?
Dr. Elias.
The charge may be refined to read manslaughter, but the category's still homicide.
Dr. Cortland was dying. He was alive only because of the drug, artificially sustained.
Nevertheless, the law considers it a form of euthanasia and a criminally liable act. Can you see what a potential avalanche we're facing, Miss Green? You and the hospital? Have you any idea what some newspapers could do to this? You must give me a more definite answer. When you clamped the IV, was Dr. Cortland already dead? You say yes. If you say to me you think he'd already died, we'll stop right there. The death certificate will be signed and that'll end it.
Miss Green.
I'm sorry. You were asking me a question.
Miss Green, a patient in this hospital was that's being kept alive with a drug.
Not hope, or reason, or sense.
Don't say that.
Well, it's true. Everyone felt that way.
Some of the staff did.
I don't want to know anything about that. I just want you to tell me if he was alive when you clamped the IV.
I'm not sure.
Then it's possible that he'd already died.
I don't know.
But it is possible, isn't it?
It's all blurred. We talked a little, and I remember the sun flashing gold in the river. I think he was alive. I think I did it. I must have, otherwise I'd remember.
Look, maybe he ordered you to do it.
Oh, excuse me, but...
Yes, I know. As a patient, he had no authority.
I'm sorry to make trouble about it. But I can't lie. I've got to know the truth for my own sake.
I'm also after the truth.
I wish I could go home.
It won't be long now.
Adam's dead, Mrs. Thorne.
Frankly, the IV should never have been started in the first place.
You weren't here, Doctor. It was standard emergency treatment.
Why? To keep him alive so he could die the next day or the day after? You know he had no chance of recovery, that the IV was merely delaying the inevitable?
You were his doctor. You'd know that better than I would.
Oh, come on, Kevin. This couldn't be the first time you faced this.
Dear God, by a nurse. This is a nurse that's involved. Where and how does she qualify to make that kind of a decision? That's a doctor's prerogative. I'm not even sure of that.
I misunderstood you. I thought you were making waves because of moral reservations.
You didn't misunderstand me.
Dr. Staten, Dr. Joseph Staten.
Here. This is simple. Caution to physicians, administrative code, the city of New York, etc., etc. Suspicious or unusual manner. Unusual manner. Will you tell me how I can certify his death? How we can avoid calling in the medical examiner?
Give it to me, I'll sign it.
I wouldn't say that even as a joke.
I'm serious.
You can't be to talk of falsifying a death certificate.
You know, maybe the consequences of your admirable moral stand seem even more terrifying to me. I'm thinking of all the doctors and all the patients and what would happen to their unique relationship if this should get out.
And what would happen if they knew an attempt was being made to shove it under a rug?
Now, look, Kevin.
Please. I've got rounds to make, Doctor.
Dr. Marvin, Dr. Harold Marvin.
You're late, Miss Lucas.
The kids were talking about Dr. Cortland. Is it true? Did he die this morning?
Yes, it's true.
You don't know the half of it.
They're taking him down now. Why don't you help Miss Bailey with the doors?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Not with a student, Dr. Kiley. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't.
Why should she be protected? Because the textbooks left out a very real fact of life.
When you were 16, Anson, or 17, or even 18, could you have handled it? Are you all right?
Sure. Dr. McAllister won't have to worry about the death certificate. They already called the medical examiner.
Go down to the pharmacy and pick up some of these for yourself.
It's all right, Dr. Kiley. I don't need anything. I'm going home. The nursing office just suspended me pending. Well, just pending, I guess.
I'm so sorry.
They're trying to get someone out to take my shift.
Why don't you go in one of the rooms and lie down for a little while?
It's all right. Anyway, Mr. Henry doesn't think I ought to hang around these hallowed halls. I think they'd rather I left by the back door.
Dr. Dunn, Dr. Arthur Dunn.
Rhoda,
Yes, Adam?
you got my present. Did I break it?
No. I hate you. Adam, how do you stop a watch from ticking?
Oh, boy. I just had a swell hour with the district attorney. I don't think they'll do anything to you.
I don't think so. How's your roommate?
She acts like nothing happened, like the past 4 months with Adam never even existed. She hasn't stopped running for 3 days.
The new admission is NPO. He's a possible pre-op.
Oh, yes, thanks, I saw it.
You're in a real sweat to talk to, aren't you? You know, it might be better if you stayed clear of it, at least for a while. It's only been 3 days.
Thanks for the advice.
Look, the subject is a ticklish one. It split the whole staff into 2 camps growling at each other. Now, no matter what one feels about it, and you know how I feel, the fact remains she is a nurse.
Sure. If she did, it was all wrong. But if you or Dr. McAllister had gone in that room and pulled out that needle, that would have been all right. Because you're qualified medically, it's all right morally and ethically. And certainly legally. Because you could have signed the death certificate, and that would have been that. That's the way it is done, isn't it?
You've been around.
Why is it, Anson? Why is it that it's all right for a doctor to do it, but not for a nurse?
The decision is a medical one, not an emotional one.
You don't believe that, Anson. Now that you're honest with yourself.
So finally you found time, at least a minute, to call your mother.
I haven't felt much like talking to anyone.
I'm anyone. Are you going to the funeral?
No, it's in Boston. His family didn't know me too well, and, also there may be a...
You mean to tell me you were not invited to the funeral?
Oh, your father should be alive today and hear about this. He'd die again.
Whether I'm going to hang up.
Rhoda!
I want a drink.
Of what? 50-cent wine or the lukewarm beer? Honestly, Adam, this is the pit. Let's get out of here, okay?
Suits me.
I promised 100 people to come.
But they find mine, hostess.
Tell her how much we enjoyed this lovely present.
Oh, please don't bother. I'm her roommate. I'll tell her.
How nice.
Too bad you gotta run. Elsa's dropping by with Peter Lawford and some of the Kennedys.
Yes, that is a shame, my dear. Especially since Adam went to school with young Ted.
Libby, go get your coat. She doesn't really mean anything by what she says.
And you mean something. I've been watching you. Oh, don't look so pleased. It's just that I've never my whole entire life ever seen anyone who looked so out of place. And I'm not talking about the monkey suit. It's your attitude, you know.
One you dislike?
I'll tell you a secret. This will come as a big shock to you. Life isn't a big football weekend with yards of giggles and a golden girl on each arm.
Then Rhue, allow me to apologize. Look, it must be almost midnight. Why don't you leave your hostilities and problems on this set of New Year's?
Problems, Mr. Fumbles?
I was going to suggest you come along.
Very funny.
Oh, I mean, funny. We'll have lots of fun. Nobody will mind what you're wearing.
Oh, won't they?
Besides, I want to find out what your idea of life is all about.
You couldn't take it, Mr. Fumbles.
Yeah, sure.
Goodbye.
For the record, it's Dr. Fumbles.
Boy, that's what you call a regular living doll, huh?
Yeah, crocodile. He said he was a doctor. What kind of a doctor?
Him? Rhoda. He's the new resident on medical service. I think he had his own practice for a while.
He asked me to go with him.
You kidding? You didn't? Why didn't you?
For one thing, he didn't mean it.
That's the reason? Rhoda. Adam Cortland. The name does nothing to you. Midtown, Cortland Plaza. Uptown, Cortland Heights. Cortland Foundation.
I don't care. I can't stand that type.
Rhoda, you don't even know him. You should have gone with him.
Will you lay off? You sound like my mother.
Your mother?
Jenny, listen. Here's a cold, hard fact of life. Golden boys belong with golden girls. Like the guy once said to me, he said, Rhoda, you got a lot of brass.
Honestly. You're a real kook, you know?
I know.
Good afternoon. Are you Rhoda Green?
Yes? I didn't see.
Police. DA's office.
Oh, about Dr. Cortland.
Would you come along with us, please?
I'd like to help, but can we wait a day or two? I'm not really ready to answer any questions. Not yet.
Look, Rhoda Green, you don't want trouble, do you? Put on your dress or whatever and let's go. This is a warrant. Signed by Judge Albert Gargiulio, Criminal Court, City of New York, New York County, this state, ordering your arrest and detention until such time as you can be arraigned on a charge of general homicide.
Oh, my God. And at first I kept thinking they'd come and let me go. Then later I got scared. It all happened so fast. I kept thinking they could take me off somewhere and nobody would ever know.
Rhoda.
And when I was having some coffee after the arraignment, What is that strange word suddenly? Arraignment, magistrate, bail, indictment. Lawyer said it would probably go for manslaughter. God bless. It would hurt him so much if he knew. Sorry.
Oh, don't be silly.
I didn't expect you to get involved. Thought the hospital would take care of things. A little naive me, huh?
No, they wanted to help. I know they did. They're in an awkward position.
It's so complicated. Being whirled in a machine that nobody knows how to turn off. He just wasn't sick that long, Liz. I never had a chance to let go. I keep thinking about the early days. You know, when we met. I don't know why. We never did anything but argue. Whenever we came together, ward, corridor, cafeteria. Always wound up with my beating him over the head about something. His attitude, I guess. Patients would ask for him, and we'd never be able to find him. And I thought he didn't care.
If you did it, Rhoda, if you clamped the IV and stopped the metaraminal flow, if you did it.
Can I have some more ice cream?
Sugar, you'll spoil your dinner.
No, I won't.
As a new admission, Dr. Cortland, they said I'd find you in here.
Thank you, Cookie.
I would really like some more ice cream.
Ah, what's your name?
Today's my birthday.
It is?
Why don't you go play with the others?
It is my birthday.
Scram.
I didn't figure you to beat up on children.
First time in this wing for you?
Yes, no.
Children look pretty healthy. They're dying. The little girl's name is Charlotte. Her birthday's 2 months off. They're letting her celebrate it now. This is the Children's Cancer Ward. They were born in their own twilight, and they'll never know. And all the blocks and dolls and chalk, all the laughing, screaming, ice cream won't change a thing. Won't change the fact that for most of them, it'll all be over with by summer, fall.
Why do you come here? You don't have to.
I started out to do research. Instead of a lab, I woke up to find myself in a paneled office on a fashionable Boston street with an appointment book filled with fashionable people all looking to me for help. 4 years MD, 4 years BA, intern, practiced, residency. A lot of time. A lot of dreams. Big mistake. I don't like being a doctor.
Why?
I'm over my head, Miss Green. I can't take it. This, the hurt, the frailty, the vulnerability of man. I want them to live. I want Charlotte to see the leaves fall, to feel the first snow, write a letter to Santa Claus. I want... But I can't help. I want to be Sock or Sabin. But I'm Cortland, nothing and nobody. Do you understand me? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand you.
I was just going to straighten your cap.
Is it all right?
Almost.
Will you straighten it for me?
You didn't answer my question.
I'm sorry. Let's get out of here.
Can I drop you?
No. No, I'm going to go to a hotel. I don't feel like going back to the apartment.
Well, you'll need some things. Better give me your key.
Thank you, Liz. This is a real storybook inn, isn't it? With the snow and everything, it's just perfect.
And only a torturous 5-hour drive from New York.
I didn't think these places existed anymore. Because except in old movies.
I used to come up here from school to ski. Your room's the one I always had.
It's a nice room. It's just perfect.
I'll put some more drink.
No, I'm fine.
I'll get some more nutmeg.
No, really, it's perfect.
It's perfect. It should be. Why isn't it?
I'm sorry, Adam, it's me. It's my fault. I feel stupid about spoiling it.
Don't be ridiculous.
Well, I wanted this weekend to be right for you. I did. I do. I even went out and bought a cream puff negligee, all white and swirly and tissue thin. I went to put it on after dinner, and I felt like a damn fool. That's why I borrowed your robe.
Rhoda.
That's just it. Rhoda. You'd think I'd know her by now, wouldn't you? I hate her. Oh, I hate her.
Oh, I love her.
Adam, don't, please. If you want me to stay with you, I will. Please don't say that. Don't cheapen it.
Turn around. I have something to say. And I want you to look at me while I'm saying it. Really alone.
I can't think now. You don't know me, not really.
Better than you know yourself. You said you'd stay if I wanted you to. Well, I want you to. Only you won't. Go back to your room and close the door and cry a little because you think you should be acting grown up and you can't. Because you have as much of a physical hunger for me as I have for you. And you're afraid that once it's gone, there won't be anything left. Oh, darling.
No, wait. At dinner, you asked me what I sleep in. And I said wrapped in girlish innocence. Well, it's true. Not because I want it that way, but because that's the way I am. It could never be casual with me. I can't play doctor.
You don't have to apologize to me.
I'm not. I'm trying to tell you that I love you very, very much. That I want you very, very much. No. I don't want that love to become permanent. And it could so easily for me.
Why? Why?
Because I've never loved anyone before. Never said it, much less thought it. You named right for me. Adam.
I love you. I love you. I, Adam Cortland, love you, Rhoda Green. I think we found the cure for the common cold.
Adam, if you want me.
Out.
I'm never going to believe you at the hospital.
That's the only way you believe me. Why don't we have a drink before I send you out the storm?
You think?
That's my girl. It's a raid.
You lost. It's probably the hot water that you ordered for the drink.
No, it's my wife and the kiddies.
Will you stop clowning and answer it? Come in.
I found everything on your list. Are you all right?
I was just thinking how dumb we can be in the name of morality.
just a little bit tired of conjecture. Open letters to Nurse Green and life is sacred editorial.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, go on about your business if you have any. If you haven't, I'll find some for you to do. Well, what is it?
The fact that you don't want to talk about it, Mrs. Thorpe, doesn't make it any less real.
Miss Lucas, the one thing I need to make me utterly miserable today is a philosophical lecture from you.
Mrs. Thorpe, as long as we're doing clinical work as part of our training, euthanasia or whatever you want to call it can't be whispered around in corners. You can't shield it from us. Not as long as we're wearing a uniform. Tell me, what do you think happens when I walk into a ward? Do you think the patients say, now watch out, here comes a student nurse. We mustn't say anything about Dr. Cortland. No pointed questions, no funny looks. Mrs. Thorpe, they don't care if we're students. As far as they're concerned, we're part of a medical team. But are we?
Yes. I'll talk to the head of nursing. Something can be arranged. Some official stand, if that's possible.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Lucas.
I'm telling you, I've never seen this place so upside down. I went by that conference room a while ago. Sounds like World War IX.
She's gonna lose her license, isn't she? There must be something else we can talk about.
Shortening a man's life is not a medical problem, nor is it a legal problem. It's a question of ethics, of morality. Maybe I am naive, as you put it, but maybe I'm closer to medical school than you are.
What has that got to do with it? They hand you a pill marked ethics along with your diploma? You either bring ethics with you or you don't. You learn ethics long before you reach medical school or you never do.
It still remains an immoral act.
You're so sure of that, aren't you? That men who spend their entire lives studying morality aren't. Your own church shows more understanding. It's far less rigid than you are about needless suffering, needless pain.
Now, who'll be the judge of how much pain a man can stand? You? And who'll say that this man or that man definitely will not recover, therefore ease him out? Not me. Will you?
Yes. In Cortland's case, yes.
Then why didn't you?
Well, can you answer that? I've been listening to you storming all week, saying over and over again that Dr. Cortland should never have been given that IV in the first place. Because he was dying of cancer, and would die of a massive embolism, and was in pain, so why didn't they let him go? So the IV was started. If you felt so strongly about it, why didn't you walk into his room and take the needle out of his arm? Has anybody been honest? The hospital. Privately ready to close one eye rather than jeopardize the public image. The district attorney's office. Privately feeling that the trial is a waste of time and money. The whole thing is a snarl of hypocrisy. And it's touched everybody. I'm sorry, Anson, but it's true. You and your principles that fall short of action. And me. Walked out here the night before he died. Put on my coat, said goodnight, and calmly walked out of here. Had my dinner, went to the movie, and I went to bed. But I didn't go to sleep. I knew before I left here that she was going to do it. And yet I didn't stop her. Because it was just a feeling, I lied to myself and shrugged it off as nonsense. We're all hypocrites, Anson. The only one trying to face the truth is Rhoda. And she isn't able to do it yet.
There are no single, easy answers. It's complex and personal because dying is personal. Every man dies alone, in his own way. And nobody really knows how he's going to act until it's happening. And nobody really knows how he's going to feel about stopping the pain and suffering of someone until he faces it.
Don't kill me, but Mrs. Coleman thinks she should be weighed again.
So?
So, she would like you to do it.
I'll be right in.
As one hypocrite to another, how about dinner?
Don't expect me to apologize.
I know you better than that.
just thinking about us. You know, playing house.
Very interesting. 10 years a nurse, the kid's blushing.
Cut it out. How do you feel today?
All right. A little achy, fluey. Nothing specific. No fever, nothing. Just tired.
Lab report should be up today.
Stop looking so worried and tell me if the coast is clear.
The coast is clear.
Came to a decision last night about my practice.
You don't need practice.
Watch it. I'll tell you later.
Adam? You're sure, aren't you?
Are you still suspicious?
I guess I'll become a golden girl in spite of myself.
What's a golden girl?
Your wife.
Dr. Jones. Dr. Neil Jones.
Who I talked to about putting shades on the metaprep room.
Mrs. Thorpe?
Adam, can I see you for a minute?
Sure thing. What'd you have for lunch? You look awful.
Oh.
Did that report on Dr. Cortland come from the lab yet?
Dr. Kiley would know about that.
Look, it's a wedding present. You like it? I was going to give it to him later, but well, it's kind of slow on the floor. I'm going to give it to him now.
We can go over it in detail if you like. You know where I'll be.
Boy, is he friendly today. Darling, it's getting late, isn't it?
Too late? What's too late?
No, not too late. I said, look, you say to me, what time is it?
What time is it?
Here you time. Was you surprised? This watch I be wed. Or like my mother would say, wear it in good health, darling.
Excuse me, darling. I'll be back in a minute. Thanks.
This is 411. If anyone calls, I'm going out.
Well, no, Liz. No, she seems all right. Look, I didn't know what to do. Look, I feel like a rat even calling you, but I don't think it's a good idea for her to be here. For a lot of reasons. First of... Yeah, Liz.
Listen.
you remember. It was me. I got you smiling at another nurse. Metaraminol, 1,000 cc's D&W. You shot an embolism.
Big one. Where's Charlie?
Outside.
You see him?
Yes?
Too bad. So, what it means doesn't necessarily what the books...
Are you comfortable?
They're measuring me out. Minute by minute. Where's my present?
I hate you. Why did you have to pick on me? Oh, Adam, you could have had some. Why didn't you laugh at me? How long now?
3, 4 days, maybe 4 at the most. You been off the floor since yesterday?
He's in such pain. Such brutal pain.
I'll increase his morphine. Maybe that'll help. I'm sorry,
You make me feel like a relative. In 10 years, I've never known what to say to them at a time like this. I want to tell them that we care, but that we're afraid to intrude.
Yes. Jenny called me. I've been trying to get you. A reporter has found out where you're staying.
Reporter? Oh, I forgot.
Why don't you stay with me, at least until the trial? I've plenty of room.
There's not going to be any trial. I'm going to plead guilty or whatever one does.
Are you sure?
Yes. You wanted to see the dog. It was our decision. He and I together. I don't regret having done it. Not if I saved him even 10 seconds of pain. He hated pain so. I certainly don't regret it, only...
No. She's starting to think that maybe a miracle might have been 5 minutes away.